Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the show. It is Friday, February 12th, 30 minutes before the top of the hour. I am your DJ and co-host, James Bubba Williams, better known as DJ Exclusive, y'all. Here to get your morning started. Make sure that you get your coffee, your tea, your drinks, whatever it is that you need, and let's get it, y'all. Let's go. We'll get started here momentarily. See my face, I'm chasing at the paper, get all the foot away, but everything again, ain't nothing left to lose. I've been breaking rules, I've been making moves, with everything to prove. Now it's going how I see it through my lens, but it's stuck in my head. I can't seem to get away from it. I went out of my way, I'm trying to feel the eye again. I've lost somewhere in my head, I can hide it all on my own. Holding tight to the patch, I'm somewhere near the edge, but wishing we never met. I'm scared of being without you, afraid no one ever know me. I'm not near the edge, and I can't get inside of my head yet. Think like who I'm becoming, it's all I ever wanted. Never like me when you're sober, only like you when I'm lonely. Got me looking in the mirror, so they self-diagnosis. Feel like they really nice me, so they ever get to know me. They tell me that you need me, the action didn't show it. Knowing that you play the angles, and I'm seeing through your motives. But the weight down on my shoulder, found a way to hold it. I can't keep my focus, barely keep composure. How when I've been coping with all the pressure that I fed. Make it hard to hold my head, make it hard to get to sleep. Like I'm slipping from the edge, struggling to get a breath. Right the wrongs with the lead, life is not a guarantee. We just dying by the clip, still prescribed a dealing mess. Now the way to flee the scene, I'll be trying to get a grip onto something that'll reach. Life is speeding to a peak, it's how I realize that I'm not the man I wanna be. I've been running for myself, we all afraid to die alone. Scared that's all I ever be. I've been scrolling down a feed, afraid to never get to see the type of liberation that we really need to set us all free. I went out of my way. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning, y'all. Come on in, get situated, get settled. Make sure that you hit that like button on your way in. Betty Anton, I appreciate that super chat, sir.
Get it by now. Tell me what you learned in grade school. Give it to me like you want it. Did you forget that golden rule? Why is our love at one-sided? It should really be give and take. Fill you up and leave me empty. Baby, was that my mistake? Covering these feelings.
Esther, good morning.
I'm just so mad right now. Can't even think straight. So I'ma just read it and delete it, knowing you won't read it before we get too far away. I need to clear my mind. I'd rather just read it and delete it before we cross the line and we reach a point we can't rewind.
Good morning, Mama. I see you.
But if we try to talk about it, our history says we'll just argue. And I know you're gonna act a fool, and then no one could tell the difference between me and you, babe. Watching from a distance, hiding these feelings, going through changes. I'm just so mad, but now it's at my own expense. So I'ma just read it and delete it, knowing you.
Good morning, Patricia.
Before we get too far away, I need to clear my mind. I'd rather just read it and delete it.
Shout out, Martha. Just make sure that you don't use Gorilla Glue, okay?
We reach a point we can't rewind. Maybe I need some space, need some air, somewhere else to go, to release, to relax, to let my emotions flow. Chilling at the crib, but I think I'm about to step outside.
Gwen, what grits is you talking about? Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, everyone that's checking us out this morning. Make sure that y'all come on in, get situated, get settled, and make sure that you hit that like button on your way in, y'all. Make sure that you stay tuned. We're going to get started momentarily here.
Gravitational push on the grind for the kush, like a fire in the bush. I burn 10 feet tall to the sky and I'm ready to cook. I'm on a mission for the greatest. I write bars with the cadence. This pen is like a claw and I can't stop it from tearing the pages. This is one for the ages. Pan was a sadist, but his crime never betrayed us. And now I'm levitating like I'm weightless. And all the lost boys are currently hating, debating whether or not I can be stopped to be tamed and put in cages. But I'm gonna drag them all down like Satan.
Hilton Ness, what's up, sir? TJ, good morning. Finally again, we thank you.
Stay down below in your negative high rise. Find the answer behind your own eyes. Whoop, whoop, whoop. It's all a surprise. Back it up sideways. It's time to revise. Open skies, open mind. Remember, open skies and open mind. Always look to the future.
Good morning, Martin. Yes, sir. Always. This is how we do it.
Never, never land.
Y'all make sure y'all come on in, get situated, get settled. We're going to get started here momentarily. And thank you for the love, Kish New Experiments. I appreciate that. Let y'all know that I'm an intercessional DJ. We play everything around these parts. I appreciate that, Marty.
Vividly etched in my mind like filigree. Visions of a gritty street, living so my kid can eat. I'm chilling deep at the hideout, that's my vicinity. The phone rings, a voice says
it's One Lost Spirit. Good morning, y'all. Good morning.
My head like antihistamines. Time to do my job. Consider me the man of mystery, the secret agent. And you're the boss is known to be impatient. She need the package. She says it's so close she can taste it. I saw the look in her eyes. I was unsurprised. Ain't nothing new. Already been through this 100 times. She can't settle. Hunger strong enough to smash metal. So I slide in the driver's seat and mash the gas pedal. Blast off across the asphalt like NASA shuttles. Cars in front of me, I pass a couple. Then check the rear view to see who's creeping behind me. Eyes in all directions, I'm never stepping blindly.
He's a man, and he's taking it to the streets. Just doing what he's able. In the game, to provide for his family and put food on the table. It's cold outside, but the package is hot. It's gotta make the pickup without no hiccup. They smooth and make it back to the spot. Hey,
yo, I'm too good,
on you. No need, no face, cause they're not factual. I won't stay too long here, I'm just passing through. I might hit the bank and get a bag or two. My mama asked me why you got that cash on you. Second you switch up, they might get mad at you. No, you're not my friend, so no, I'm telling you.
Melvina, you know what it is. All pleasure, y'all.
Okay, good job. Get mine, no problem. Hit my line, you're irking me. I hit that woosah. No, I don't got perks on me. I sleep good on God. Spend that money, make it reappear. Ta-da. I've been getting paid. I've been eating good. I've been putting on some weight. If I got a problem, I just call my brother babe. This is like a warning shot to get up out my face. This is like a warning shot to get up out my way. This is like a warning shot to get up out my leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the 7. My girl said I'm a dog, but all dogs go to heaven. Thank the Lord when I wake. I've been sleeping like a baby, cause I know my paper straight. Another day to the grave. I get it cause I got to. I got kids, I need a baby. Thank the Lord when I wake. I've been sleeping like a baby, cause I know my paper straight. Another day to the grave. I get it cause I got to. I got kids, I need a baby. I've been getting paid. I've been eating good. I've been putting on some weight. If I got a problem, I just I was in the crib watching Top Boy, chopping up this green, cause I got a thing for Bacho. Ain't worried about your playlist, bruh. I need an alias. I need a foreign passport and a change of radius. I don't pay them, but I don't save them. I ain't the glaciers. Need 2 chains like Def Jam to change the glaciers. Titanic.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're ready, because coming to the screen, my brother and my sister, Benjamin Dixon and Rebecca Azar.
I'm about to say, man, you better not have forgot my name. Our name. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, everybody. Look, I gotta clear my voice because it's kind of rusty. But
your voice is rusty.
Yeah, this morning I was sounding like Barry
White. give us your. How'd you sound when you woke up, Rebecca? Good morning. Good morning.
No, it was more right morning. Here. I was in that zone. You know, my voice is raspy already. So if I when I'm not feeling too well, you get no voice from me. Oh yeah, and I ain't got no nails on. I don't have that power.
You don't have your nail power.
I don't have my nail power, so I'm kind of like.
It's all good. Good morning to everybody in the chat room across all the platforms who's watching. James, how you doing this morning, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I can't complain. Got my tea over here, but it's hot under this light. So I'm just like, ooh, this little bead of sweat on my head is killing me right now.
Yeah, because it's not. I think like it's been so much hotter. Warmer in the home because it's not as cold as outside. Right. As it has been like last week. Now it's like 70 degrees. So then you got the heater on.
Right.
And it's now it feels like 90 degrees in the house.
Exactly. I need some cold tea. Like, no, for real. Like it has been on average, 60, 70 degrees in Atlanta this week, which is wild for February. Normally used to having to at least have a windbreaker on. Now you got to cut the AC on. But anyway, what else is going on with everybody? It's a good morning. A lot of stuff happening today in the news, but I don't always like to jump in the news first. So all the pleasantries to everybody in the chat room, make sure you share, like, and subscribe. Have y'all been following, the rest of the impeachment hearings and the trial?
Yeah, I've been following. I try not to, for the last few days, as you guys know, from 24 hours, because it'll be for the last few days. But for the last 24 hours, I kind of like been removing myself from social media and TV because I needed rest and all that good stuff. Yeah. So I did catch some clips, and I think that a lot of the testimonies and the stories and the videos that have been coming out have been really wild. Like, it's funny because some of the stuff, like the videos we've seen, and like some of the, why is the mouse, look, is there a mouse on my head? There's a mouse. I see it.
You saw something like,
I'm like, where? Why is there a mouse over here? But anywho,
you can't take people anywhere. Oh my! Go ahead, Rebecca. What about the?
But the video footage that they were showing, like some of the video footage that they were showing was already released on YouTube, and when they were replaying it, people were still. It still was there was a shock value there because what the media was trying to do, or at the beginning when they were putting out the footage, is put them out little by little, and it wasn't as real as what was already, like, what was out there. Why weren't they pulling that? So when they did use that raw footage during the impeachment trial, it was shocking to the people in the room. They was like, how they got that footage? How they got that footage? Like, how did that get out there? That wasn't supposed to be out there.
Right.
But, yeah.
I mean, that's the whole thing. Like, every inch of the Capitol is covered with cameras. And so, of course, like, I mean, I guess we didn't really think that this kind of footage was going to come out for whatever reason, but seeing it all stacked back to back to back. And then the one we played yesterday with the police officer, the Capitol police officer screaming in like raw, visceral pain. It was a really compelling case against Donald Trump. And the Democrats wrapped up their prosecution of Donald Trump yesterday. And at the end of it, Fox News, we have a clip of Fox News cutting into the closing testimony. And it was one thing to just cut in, but of course, it's Fox News. They're not going to cut in unless they make their own political point about everything that's going on. Let's run that first clip from Fox News.
You may have heard one man yelled, "No violence," and another responded, "It's too late for that."
Hello, everybody. I'm Jesse Waters, along with Juan Williams, Dana Perino, Greg Gutfeld, and Judge Janine Pirro. It's 5 o'clock in New York City, and this is The Five. You're looking live at the Senate floor right now. Democratic House impeachment managers are trying to make their case to convict former President Trump. But the political math doesn't add up. Democrats don't have the votes, yet they're still pressing ahead.
So here's the thing. I wanted to play the clip mainly not just because they cut into the testimony, right? But because when they came in, they're like, hey, why are you even trying, Democrats? Why even try if you're not going to get the votes? The Democrats need about 17 Republicans to come across the aisle and vote in order to convict Donald Trump. It is a high likelihood that they won't get enough votes to actually convict Donald Trump and to ensure that he can never run for office again. But that doesn't mean that the people should not hold this president accountable for everything that we saw. Rebecca, James, what do y'all think?
It's stupid. I feel like we talk about this all the time, and it's like, I feel like it's like child's play at this point. We're saying stuff like they need to be holding him accountable, and they're not. Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, they're not. We know they're not. And it's stupid that they're not. They know that they need to be holding him accountable because of what he did, and how he led these people to do what they did, and how some of the Republicans literally planned it and mapped it out, the terrorist attack. Yeah. Right. And I don't I know I always say I don't understand, because it's just like, it's like, you just look at this and why is this happening? Why are we talking about this? Why is Fox News breaking in and trying to fluff it down, trying to not give it as much as it actually is? And they're cutting off important parts because they know that makes a case right there. You know, people giving their testimonies. It's too much for Fox News to play and air, because what happens is people are going to be like, well, if this really happened, then Donald Trump should be impeached. And that literally is what it is. That's it. That is what it is. I don't know why we're going through this and having to break it down, because it's like the proof is in the pudding. It's like, what else can we say about this? What else can we say? Everybody that gave their testimony and their account of what happened, it all aligned, because that happened. It happened. We watched it happen on TV. Why are we standing in this room trying to get you guys to understand that it happened and that the president was behind this? The president led this. The president incited this. Right. Why? But
it's gaslighting. James, it's gaslighting. Like, this is, Rebecca said, why is Fox News? That's their job. It is the job of Fox News to jump in there and to gaslight America and try to convince us that we shouldn't hold the president accountable. James, I'm gonna toss it to you, but I want to show you guys exactly how far the depth of this gaslighting goes, because Lindsey Graham Lindsey Graham, one of the Republicans who are so adamantly defending Donald Trump throughout his entire presidency. In the first impeachment hearing, he defended Donald Trump. And now he's also standing by Donald Trump in this regard. But in 1998, he had an entirely different song. Jesse Waters, Fox News, just a second ago said Democrats don't have the numbers. Here's Lindsey Graham making the case that it doesn't matter if they have the ability to convict or not. It is the fact that they must go after the conviction in order to preserve the office of the presidency. Take a listen to Lindsey Graham's hypocrisy.
Let it be said that any president who cheats our institutions shall be impeached.
Because impeachment is not about punishment. Impeachment is about cleansing the office.
Yes,
impeachment is about restoring honor and integrity to the office. When you start using your office and you're acting in a way that hurts people, you've committed a high crime.
James, I mean, this same dude is now saying that we shouldn't even be prosecuting Donald Trump.
Oh, how we forget. That's literally what that is. I mean,
and they act like the internet's not even here.
Exactly. Like, we can't pull up stuff that's happened before. And I say this all the time, like, yeah, y'all going through all of this, but yet let it have been a Democratic president or anything else, then the case would have been closed real quick. Right. With this, it's just like all the footage and everything that we've seen for the past few days. It's just like, how can y'all not convict or impeach this man? Come on, y'all.
Rebecca, you okay?
I'm dying over here. It's just a lot going on in my throat. But I didn't get a chance to get no tea this morning. And, and I'm trying to make my bun fit in the view, trying to get my shoulders down. It's a lot happening over here this morning.
It's a lot going on.
It's real.
And actually, I'm sweating now. We probably gonna have to take a break in a few minutes because I got to go actually cut on my AC. It's so hot in Georgia. Climate change is real. Go ahead, James.
No, I was about to say, see, and y'all can leave the screen. I can't leave the screen right now. So it's just like...
It's true, but no.
Look, when y'all go to that single shot, don't worry, I'm gonna run.
You gonna step away? I tell you what.
Wayne, give him enough time.
Somewhere in here, I'll get on a long enough soliloquy to give you a time to go cut your AC on, man.
Yeah.
But let me say this.
My forehead is glowing too. Go ahead.
Let me say this, and then look, and then I got like a booger trying to come out. But no, let me say this. Back to Lindsey Graham.
Just cancel the whole thing. This is just
back to Lindsey
in
Graham.
The stream. Cut the stream off. No,
it's good. Back to Lindsey Graham though. He a lot of these Republicans have said things when it applied to their president to protect, or to protect Republican representatives or anything like that. But when it's on the other side, now they switch the story up. But somebody brought it back for the 99, 2000, brought back the receipts on Twitter. And we see that this is what they do. Republicans always, time and time again, let's not forget, during the insurrection, because now I got to use that word, during the terrorist attack, there were a lot of police officers were hurt by the right. By the extremists, by the Trumpists, by those people. And we never heard anybody say Blue Lives Matter. Those are the same people that created Blue Lives Matter, police officers, defend them and protect them. But when that happened, those same people didn't say a thing. They got silent when it was their people against it. So we always seen their hypocritical ways and views for a long time. And they always change and they forget what they said before when it comes to their party and things like that. And we have receipts, but when we pull it out in front of them, they're still gonna act like Stevie Wonder,
like they can't see it.
It's ridiculous. And
let's dig into it a little bit deeper here, because here's the truth is that they know they're lying. Republicans know they're lying. They know that they're being hypocritical. They know if a Democrat, they would never have allowed a Democrat to get remotely close to doing what Donald Trump got away with doing, right? And so I guess the real question is to what extent? No, here's the real question. What do you do with half of this country who's just as happy engaging in lies, mistruth, propaganda, and gaslighting in order to win, even if that means killing people, even if that means overthrowing the government, even if that means undermining our democratic institutions, even if that means overthrowing the results of election. We're dealing with a good portion of this country who simply does not care about the truth, and they're willing to burn this country to the ground in order to get power. I don't know if Democrats are really prepared for this kind of fight, because Republicans are going to continue doing this level of gaslighting, and they're going to protect themselves from ever being held accountable. James, I tried to give you as much time as I could. Rebecca, I mean, what do you do?
Good. Yeah,
you don't do a thing. You don't do. Well, you said, what do you do? Well, they don't. We don't do a thing. What are we supposed to do? This has been like, it's been like this. There's no difference. It's just now these people are. They don't care anymore. They're just like, whew, now we don't have to be like we used to be back in the day, just talking to talk. Now we can really walk in this because we have the support of these extremists, especially in the social media space, which has allowed them to stand by and give the blueprint to all these like extremists and far right people, and let them tell the stories and let them give out the blueprint of how to go attack the Capitol building, so that the representatives themselves can stand on the side and say, I don't know what happened. But, they've always been like this. They don't care. What do we do? I guess we continue to do the work as best as we can, because Republicans will always stand in this place. They're like, I don't want to say this, but they're like old white racist people. They're stuck in their ways. Even old black people. True. No, they're old. They're stuck in their ways. Like, that's what they are. And that's just, we got to keep doing what we're doing. The more that we move and walk in this progressive light, I think everything is becoming more progressive. Everybody ain't really progressive and everybody ain't really liberal. It's just like whatever. In the Democratic Party, if we can just keep on pushing and pushing and pushing and fighting for things that are right, and making sure that we hold Republicans accountable, because we too can use the platforms and the space and all of that to keep holding them accountable. Let's take a look at AOC, who makes sure she does it. Let's look at the people who were doing the testimonies yesterday. They were not, look, TV is on them. Their 15 minutes right there. They're using it to hold these Republicans accountable. They're using it to bring the receipts. They're using it to make sure the story is told correctly. And so we can't keep worrying about what the Republicans are going to keep doing, what are doing, because they're going to keep doing it. And if we keep trying to stop them at that, in that way, it's not going to work. So we just play them at their game, and that's how we work it.
Well, dozens of former Republican officials who view the party as unwilling to stand up to Donald Trump are in talks to form a center-right breakaway party. 4 people involved with the discussions told Reuters. The early stage discussions included former elected Republicans, former officials in the Republican administration of Ronald Reagan, both Bush presidencies, and Donald Trump. Evan McMullin, who was the chief policy director for the House Republican Conference and ran as an independent in 2016, told Reuters that he co-hosted the Zoom call with former officials concerned about Trump's grip on the Republican Party and the nativist turn the party has taken. So now you have some Republicans who at least made the attempt to break away from Donald Trump, but reports from that call, that Zoom call, they had dozens of former Republicans on it. Half of the people on the call could not decide whether or not they wanted to move away from Donald Trump. They decided to stay with Donald Trump because they wanted to appeal to Donald Trump supporters. Now, I want to emphasize this. When they had an opportunity to form a new party Republicans, in order to get away from the bigotry, the racism, and the xenophobia of Donald Trump, half the people on that Zoom call said, nah, I think we want to appeal to Donald Trump supporters. So going forward, I think everybody needs to understand very clearly what the Republican Party actually is. There is no delineation between conservatives, the Republicans who are in the Senate right now, and Donald Trump. They helped create Donald Trump. And while there may be a handful of people who actually want to get away from it, get away from the bigotry of Donald Trump, the other half of the Republicans see it as too much of an opportunity to maintain power if they appeal to those very same bigots that we saw marching up the steps of the Capitol on January 6th. So here we are. Here we are, Rebecca. Here we are, James, with the proof. I mean, they are who they are. They told us this. They've shown us this. And we need to stop even caring about trying to reach them and trying to be bipartisan with Republicans, because they've shown us they would rather appeal to the bigotry of Donald Trump in order to maintain political power than to do the right thing.
Likely.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. Yeah. So anyway, James, take us to a real quick break.
I know. Look, I ain't got it today, but I'll bring it back.
When we come back, we cover a lot more news. This guy from Fox News, Dave Ramsey, really went on a rant yesterday that you have to hear. It's disgusting. When we come back, we'll discuss it and all that and more.
Been on ghosts as a kid. Now I got full of kids. Where I keep with me is sick. Keep making that money flip. I've been on ghosts as a kid. Now I got.
Shout out to everybody that's checking us out in the chat room this morning. I see y'all. Shout out to my sister that's in the building, Kimmy. I see you, Kimmy. Oh my cuz, I appreciate it.
All of my bros, they been my bros. I'm talking day one.
YV Matt, we appreciate that super chat, sir.
No deal, we been at toys. Been at checks. Me and my bros just got on God, I swear we been at next. I've been on ghosts as a kid. Now I got full of kids. Where I keep with me is sick. Keep making that money flip. I've been on ghosts as a kid. Now I got.
Good morning, Melanie. We see you.
Keep making that money flip. Yeah. Keep making that money flip. All of my paper legit. All of my office legit. Got the game with a tight grip. On trip but don't ever trip. Talking, keep running your lip. Me, I come through in the fourth. Me, I come through in the been at boys. Me and my bros do roll, no keys, no deal. We been at toys. Been at checks. Me and my bros just got on God, I swear we been at next. I've been on ghosts as a kid. Now I got full of kids. Where I keep with me is sick. Keep making that money flip. I've been on ghosts as a kid. Now I got full of kids. Where I keep with me is sick. Keep making that money flip.
Right.
I've been thinking, you don't really know one thing about you and I see a parting, but just to conceal it with a smile. So all you lucky ones, what up? You're always on the run, what up? I mean,
New Music Friday.
or was I not the one?
I got some new copyright stuff, y'all. Not copyright, that is.
Why don't you stop for a minute? Just relax yourself. This moment will never come back again. It's sad you never thought I was good.
Yeah, Courtney, this does remind me of that Erykah Badu type feel.
And it's all a bluff. It's all a bluff. It's all a bluff. It's sad you never thought I was good enough. But I call you Asian Kingdom and it's all a bluff. I've been thinking, 'cause I don't wanna waste my precious time. Always looking for the next best thing. Do it on your own this time around. So all you lucky
Right, I can see Fantasia doing this.
I mean, don't get me wrong, but what happened? Or was I not the one?
Shout out to everybody that's checking us out this morning. Yeah, make sure that y'all are hitting that like button and make sure that you subscribe, y'all.
Why don't you stop for a minute? Just relax yourself. This moment will never come back again. It's sad you never thought I was good
Y'all, this is Gloria Tales. It's called A Bluff. Yes, ma'am, Susan. Yes, it is. I'm trying to bring the heat for y'all on this Friday. That's right. Am I frozen? Oh, okay. That's a hell of a picture.
Yeah, so I took another shot, let my brain do the walking. I don't wanna be your friend, I want something real. Maybe if I
welcome back, everybody.
You could feel the same.
Y'all see what I see on my screen.
Rebecca, you got your tea.
I got, but why I can't see? Look, I'm still looking at the. Oh, look, because I'm worried about something else that's happening in the background. Sorry.
Right.
Yes,
he told you.
Right.
He told you he was going to fix it in our ears. You didn't have to.
Look, because I'm like, why? No, I am. I ran out of my tea, my honey. Excuse me. So, you know, you got to hit it to make it work. You got to hit it to get the last drop.
I honestly don't know what to say other than I'm glad you got some tea. I'm glad you got something to help you with that cough. I want to play a clip here. I covered it yesterday, but I wanted to make sure that we did it this morning for the morning show. There's a conservative millionaire by the name of Dave Ramsey. He's the host of the Dave Ramsey Show. And he went on Fox News yesterday and he said the following. He said, I don't believe in a stimulus check because if $600 or $1,400 changes your life, you were pretty much screwed already. Take a listen to this clip.
You come from an interesting perspective. You talk to Americans across the country every day on your radio program. Yeah. What do you believe is the right number or the right answer for the next stimulus check?
Well, I don't believe in a stimulus check because if $600 or $1,400 changes your life, you were pretty much screwed already. You got other issues going on. You have a career problem, you have a debt problem, you have a relationship problem, you have a mental health problem. Something else is going on if $600 changes your life. And that's not talking down to folks. I've been bankrupt. I've been broke. And I work with people every day who are hurting. I love people. I want people to be lifted up. But this is, again, it is just political rhetoric, and it's just throwing dollars out there. It's peeing on a forest fire. It's absolutely ridiculous.
So
how do you say? Sorry.
Go ahead.
How do you say that it's you might have a mental health problem? Excuse me. Or you might have another issue. And I'm not trying to. He said, I'm not trying to like basically disrespect anybody. I'm for the people. How are you for the people when you can utter those words? And if you know it's a problem, all y'all rich folks need to do something about it. Like you're saying that, $600, like you've been had a problem. Well, if you're identifying that that's already a situation and it's already a problem, where are your dollars going to assist and help that? You said that you're here to uplift people. Where? So don't speak on matters that you don't understand. Like don't. And then come saying that you might have a mental health problem if $600 is going to do something for you. How does that make sense?
How many people will $600 do something for like right now?
Rebecca Azor, and I'm going to do two hands.
I mean, seriously, the average American doesn't have $500 for an emergency, right? That's the average American.
Saved up. Mm-hmm.
The average, I mean, that means there's 10, 20, 30, there are millions of people who $600 would literally change their life because that's how America's set up. But James, he's like, nah, if you need $600, that means there's something wrong with you. But isn't that just the reality of it's something wrong with America, James?
Right. That's facts.
You can't see. No,
we can't see each other, but
we're flying with radar today.
We're flying blind
with nothing but radar. Go ahead.
But
Right.
it's the fact that I see Jake in our group said that he mentioned that he was broke at one point. He mentioned that he was broke, but to say that $600, to say what he said, I don't care if he mentioned that he was broke or whatever, because he's not broke now. So now he's living in a world where he's downing people. He's looking down at people who need something, who are broken, who need to get out of this pandemic. $1 might do, $2 might do, $600 of aid would do everything for them. You don't want the groceries you can get for that, like gas in your car, and pay for your car insurance, possibly. Being backed up on car insurance ain't no joke. Ain't nobody's joke. You're not even being able to pay your car note. That could probably pay their car note so they can take their kids to school, so that the kids could have a meal because they can't afford to get their kid a meal. A lot of this goes into just a lot more, so for him to open his mouth and say that, he's not for the people, and he doesn't understand the struggle. I don't care if he was. I remember story time. I remember then back when we were at our
that other place.
Doing Like It or Not at our first place. Remember when we sat there and we were discussing like, yo, things is hard for us out here. This is crazy. I was telling them how like my family, in Haiti, like they struggled. I had a side of the family that was good, and I had a side of the family that was really struggling, lived in a place like huts and, things like that. But they were happy there, but they came here to have a better life. And we were discussing our stories, and you were discussing how, where your lineage came from and how it was tough, and all of us, right?
Right.
And then why did he?
Yes,
I'm not gonna say his name, but he's a white man, and he said, he literally said that I had to move.
Listen. Now, let me just say this. Let me say this now. I'm trying. Distribution deals are in there. So go ahead.
That's why I'm not going to say any names or anything. But he basically was trying to say, and I wasn't trying to knock his experience, but he was trying to tell us that compare the poorness that was happening. Me and Ben just came from splitting our lunch.
A lunch.
Splitting our lunch. Because he had to make sure he had gas, and I lived up the street. I had to make sure I had gas in my car.
I had to drive 30 miles to get back to my.
He had to drive an hour away to get back home. So,
and $600 back then would have made.
Would have made a world of a difference. But his story was basically, he looked at us and said, "I definitely know your poor story. Me, I didn't want to live in my home anymore with my family in our house, so I moved away." I basically ran away, and I was living out of a car in California. And we were like, you had a nice home, hot meal. Nothing was really that bad for you. Your life wasn't hard. You made that choice to go and move to California. Yeah. And Ben looked at him and was like, that's not the same kind of poor, my dude. It started war.
That was part of the beginning of the end. Thanks a lot, Rebecca. Now that's on the record. Now I have to talk to him about that. Trying to maintain these distribution deals. But the point remains, right? The point remains is like we can't. There are just two different Americas. There are two different Americas in this country where some people look at $600. I have another story for you. You got a story. I got a story. 2008. I was volunteering for a local campaign in Fort Lauderdale for a commissioner who's no longer commissioner. And they had about 100 Black folks out canvassing for this well-respected Black commissioner in Fort Lauderdale. And we were all outside at the end of the night waiting for our little $100 checks, right? I needed that $100 check just like everybody else out there. They left us outside for 2 hours. They try to pacify us, I lie not to you, with chicken and beer. Now, of course, I knew people, so I went and knocked on the door. I'm like, hey. And they're like, oh, Ben Dixon, come on in to the office with us. And I'm like, no, could you get us our checks? Could you get everybody out here their checks? And this one sister came up and was like, it's only $100. And I'm like, do you understand? Like, if it was only $100 from my perspective, then I wouldn't have worked 12 hours for that $100, right? And so there's there's two different Americas where some people look down on those who need $100, when in reality, that's probably more Americans who need $100 than don't. So $600 would definitely save somebody's life, right?
Yeah.
$2,000 would definitely save somebody's life. And now we have people across this country, black and white, but Fox News definitely doing the bidding of white supremacy and capitalism, trying to say, oh, if you need money, there's something wrong with you mentally.
Mentally.
Right. I don't
So
get it. I want to read a super chat from Adrian Benefield. Said something wrong with the person who doesn't understand what different area economic 600 is. Get rent, bills, and some food in their area. Dude's argument is based off of time frames at very least. And that's a fact. Like honestly, $600 anywhere would help somebody. Here you go. It at least help you stay out of the overdraft. Because once you get into the overdraft, you're going to owe about $600 in overdraft fees, right?
And overdraft fees, right.
Exactly. So it's just, this is what America is. This is what it does. And we're still waiting. Yeah, it's been a year. I finally got my first, I've been quarantining since February of last year. I'm coming up on a whole year. And America has only given the people, what, 2 little raggedy stimulus checks?
Raggedy stimulus, 2 little raggedy, but they mean a lot to me. And I would love to get my $600.
They need to be monthly. They need to be monthly.
They need to be monthly. That's why I was frustrated when, I thought that, okay, Trump gave us $600, before they left, whatever. I thought that the promise that's why I was going so hard, because I'm like, okay, this Biden coming through, these $2,000 checks was really good. Like, okay, we're going to be able to catch up because we got the $600 and now we're going to get this $2,000 close in proximity. We're going to be able to catch up on something. But, that's why I was frustrated. Now y'all knocked it down to $1,400 saying that we already had it. No, we need every single dime, every dime that we can get. And monthly and in back pay, baby. Like, come on. Like from when the pandemic first began, from when we were not working, we were stuck at home and I didn't get no pay. Like, come on, somebody. Like we need financial freedom in this time. And this time, and this shows us that with the PPP loans and all of that, it definitely shows us that there was money available. They just didn't want to give to us. All of a sudden unemployment was giving money out that, this extra amount of money was always available. They were just putting it in other places. At my job, because it's story time, at my job, right? They have an emergency fund that they get every single year. Every year there wasn't an emergency. Where did that money go? So people were like, I started, going around telling the mothers and the fathers, the parents at the job, hey, take your behind home, call the line, and make sure your kids are secure and safe. They don't need to be in school. This was the beginning of the pandemic. And I'm like, they're going to pay you for it. Tell them about the emergency fund that they have, that they're required to pay you for it. And, they were scared and stuff. I'm like, listen, go home and take care of your kids because you're putting them at risk being in this place full of people that may or may not have COVID-19. This was the beginning. We didn't know anything, but at our location, they didn't want to tell anybody. They didn't want to tell anybody that they had that. But me doing the research, sent out an email to all the parents and let them know because they were so worried. You can go home. So, but yeah, there was money available at the job. There was money available to assist people who were going through anything, and they just never let us know that you had to use it, just like they make us do when we're calling out. But you have to use a key word, and that's when they'd be like, "Oh, okay, we'll get you that help."
But if you didn't know about it, they would just have all that money.
Leave you for dead. Leave you for dead.
Wow. Dwayne, I want to cue that same video up, and I want to go back to the very beginning of it, because at the very beginning of it, he's talking about the student loan relief, right? So this Dave Ramsey guy, and here's the thing, we're discussing him because he reaches millions of people every day. Right? Not just mention what he did on Fox News, but his radio show. Like, this is the type of indoctrination that is going across the country every single day. And what he says in the first part of this clip is that it doesn't make sense to cancel student debt because it's not going to really help anybody but wealthy people. And let me know when you got it ready, because the truth of the matter is like the lies go so deep that it becomes a tool that they use to destroy themselves, right? it sounds crazy, but student debt relief would help. A stimulus would help conservatives and Republicans. But because of propagandists like Dave Ramsey and because of propaganda machines like Fox News, this is the type of indoctrination that they get. Take a look at it.
Well, to start with, we need to understand we got $1.7 trillion in student loan debt. $192 billion out of that. Not so much. Let's do some ratios, folks. If we're going to do math, we probably ought to play math. Now, on top of that, when you dig into it, the whole idea that student loans being forgiven is going to stimulate the economy, that assumes that people were getting ready to pay them off this year and instead would use that same $40,000 that they were getting ready to pay off their student loan and stimulate the economy with it. Again, that's economic hogwash. It's smoke and mirrors. It's simply not going to happen.
It's hogwash.
I mean, it's literally, this is what they're teaching their people, right? But it is completely impossible to think that middle income people or low income people who are paying $500, $600 a month in student loans, what do you think they're going to do with that money? Just put it under their pillow? If we forgive student debt, you think if Joe Biden writes off $50,000 in student debt, that people are going to take that money that they've been extorted, right? Sallie Mae is, like, don't nobody know how to collect money like Sallie Mae, right? Sallie Mae been holding us up, holding us hostage, jamming us up against the lockers, taking our lunch money. Navient, taking every single month. Right. I just happen to be a little more gangster than they are, but I digress. The point is that the average American paying these student loans will absolutely turn that money into other things. They'll pay their car note. They'll be able to pay their rent. They'll be able to buy more groceries. They'll be able to spend.
I can attest to that.
Drive a little bit further in their car because they can get more
house.
Debt. Buy a house. Like it's just a mathematical economic certainty that this stimulates the economy. But here they are lying to themselves. For anybody in the chat room, and I want to ask you guys the same on the show. If your student loans were canceled, what would you do with that money?
Well,
I could probably buy a house.
Or I could actually start the business that the people in Clubhouse keep forcing me to try to do with $1.
Right.
I could actually do these things. No, seriously, I can actually pay off some other debt. I could actually, in debt that really matters to me because my education should have been free. But like I would actually be able to help my mother, I could do a lot more and get my feet off the ground and stop working for people who do not care about people.
Hang on. You got to qualify that because you over here with me now. You
not over here. No, okay. I'm not only with you though. I'm in between. I'm living a double life.
We're transitioning here. We're transitioning.
Yes, until I'm able to leave my financial baby daddy, we good. But
come on, financial baby daddy.
Yeah, they holding it down. Ain't no good. Look, they ain't no good. Ain't no good. But that's what keeps Bill saying.
when you get set free from that company, the things we're gonna say, because I've had it out with that company for the last 20 years. Whew. All right. Anyway, but like this is the thing to me is that America, and particularly conservatives and Republicans, they're so stuck on stupid. Because they absolutely, I'm like, they literally, you could pass through any part of this country and you're going to find people who believe this crap that Fox News says, and they're desperately in need of a stimulus check. They're desperately in need of their own student loans being canceled. But because they're so committed to the dogma and their ideology, they're so committed to their hatred and their bigotry, they're willing to fight against their own economic best interest. They know Navient is coming after them, but they don't want student loans to be canceled because it's a liberal, progressive idea. How stupid you got to be.
And thank you for saying Navient. I say that because Sallie Mae wanted to try to switch her name and act like we didn't know it was her. Listen,
like she was somebody brand new.
Right, like girl, we know it's you in a new wig.
We know it's you.
But no, seriously, these Republicans often say these stupid things because they know too that some people like oh boy, what's his name? Lindsey Graham, before the one that we saw before.
Yeah.
We know that he didn't know that he was going to go viral. He thought that what he said was going to stick for this generation, but somebody pulled it, like I said, from the 99, 2000s. Mm-hmm. But, some of these people say what they say because they know it's going to get clicks. They know it's going to go viral. They know that's going to make them look good to their party and the people who support them. Let's not forget these, like you said, some of the people that need the $600 are the ones that watch Fox News as Bible. and things like that. And they do need that money. They are the same people who stormed the Capitol, but they also are the same people who demanded that we open the country just a month after it was closed down to go get their, I always go back to this because it pisses me off, to go get them roots dyed, to stand in front of hospitals and protest against the healthcare workers, to prevent them from going into the hospital, saying that they're stopping them from living their lives. These are the people that they're dumb. They're dumb. They're stupid. They're morons. They are the reason why a lot of people are dying today from the pandemic. A lot of their people are dying. They were the ones on social media screaming out, the pandemic isn't real. Don't believe it. Conspiracy theories around it. The next thing you know, they're posting their last days and saying that this is real. You know what I mean? These are those same people who walk in stupidity. And I can't even only say it's those people, because we got our own kinfolk here in Atlanta who don't give a damn about the pandemic. And I just had to mention that as an honorable mention.
Don't move too fast from that, because I'm telling you, we got to start shaming these people who ain't wearing masks, y'all. It's
all of that. It's not where I'm staying, but it's all of them people. Every time I go out to over there, they never got no mask on. They be out in the streets. They at these parties smoking hookah, throwing their behinds in a circle. No mask.
Now on the south side, they not bad. South side, we stay masked up down here. Like you can't come in the grocery store, the convenience store. The south side, we good, but once you start going into downtown and up there,
exactly, because that's where I be. Look, I be in the trap. I be over
Atlanta,
there.
You be in the trap. Listen, Atlanta. I need y'all to get it together, because I really propositioned this a little. I only mentioned this segment because I was at that same Raggedy American Deli yesterday, and
you go.
Why do you keep going back? We told you to stop going there.
Because they're the only people like at least like the manager sucks, but the everybody in there has on a mask. And I went in there yesterday with my mask on, and ain't nobody gonna ever know it's me, because I be covered up like a stormtrooper. I have on my N95, I have on my face shield, I have my hoodie on, and I have shades on underneath it all. Right. So I'm doing the most, because I'm trying to get out of this thing. But then there were two dudes over there, looked like Donald Trump supporters. Read between the lines, I don't give a damn, right? And they sitting there without a mask on. And here's the thing. All it takes is for one idiot in a closed area who is asymptomatic, not wearing a mask, to infect everybody in there who is wearing a mask. And so, I mean, we're at 475,000 people dead, y'all. Like, at what point are we going to stop caring about the sensitivities of people who are like, oh, the doctor said I couldn't wear a mask? Then stay your ass at home, because y'all out here killing people, bro. And now I wanted to talk about this from the perspective of, generally speaking, when I run into people who aren't wearing masks, they're generally like Donald Trump supporters. But now, Rebecca, you're going to set this whole thing up. Like, we got to talk about all the people in the...
No, we do have to hold them accountable, because one thing about it, it's everybody. It's those certain people, but we do have our own, and we have to call them out. Everybody's going to get good at when it comes to this, because people are dying, right? Yeah. And if we don't take it seriously, and if you don't want to get the shot, I've said this before, y'all know me, stay your ass home. If you don't want to get the shot, if you don't want to wear the mask, if you don't want to follow protocol, if you don't want to go to places where they are still socially distancing, stay home. Because when you come from the club and you travel back to wherever you're coming from, because remember, Atlanta was one of the hot spots during this pandemic for people to go on vacation. Yeah. So you guys are coming here, going back to where you from, and maybe possibly giving it to a kid, your parents or whatever. Because in the beginning of this pandemic, remember, they tried to say it was only the young folks wasn't going to get it. All of a sudden we saw young folks die, and then they said kids can't get it. Then all of a sudden we saw babies dying, so there was no certainty, but now we know everybody can get it. Yeah. No one is above COVID-19, everybody. Not one person. Yeah.
475,000 people, and we still playing around with these fools rocking around here without masks on. We're still dealing with a government who doesn't want to help us, help people stay at home, doesn't want to help businesses. And at the same time, they're giving tax breaks, and all the dollars are going to the richest people in this country. Right. I'm over it. I'm over it, but we can't be over it because we're all stuck in this. We're all stuck in this until we can actually get our acts together and just sit down long enough to try to let this pandemic. I mean, we're in year one. I don't see us getting out of this anytime soon because of how ignorant people are acting.
But again, everybody is Stevie Wonder to the cause. Listen, y'all remember, before we go to break, because we need to, so I can change my battery. But before we go to break, y'all remember how the beginning of the pandemic was a whole vibe? And we were at home. We had bottles and bottles at the crib. We were cooking, learning to cook, doing TikTok dances. I'm a savage. Classic boots. Remember? Yeah. And then we were hooked, like going back. DJ it was like nice. HBCU. Yeah, it was like HBCU time. We were going back on FAMU. DJs was cutting up online. We was at the crib with it. All of this good stuff. Finally answering the DMs because we couldn't go out and meet nobody. You know, right. So it was a whole I don't know. I don't answer DMs, but yeah, I understand what you say. Go ahead.
But
the beginning of the pandemic was a whole vibe. I met the love of my life during the beginning of the pandemic. So it was like, It was just nice. And then, it was good. Yes, there was friction because a lot of y'all who were home with y'all kids and didn't even had to really get to know your kids. I'm pretty sure that was stressful. A lot of the people who had their partners around and was like, this is what you really look like. This is what you really are.
A lot of divorces.
Yeah, I had to go through that phase too, but it was like we went through. But it was a vibe, though. It was a vibe, and I really liked it. But then all of a sudden, people started getting itchy, right? They started getting bored. While the other countries sat through this for months, months.
What is like New Zealand? They're already out having concerts again.
Enjoying life.
Enjoying life. And America's lost more people in a year than we did in the entirety of World War II.
And that says a lot. Why are we so impatient? Why do we feel so entitled? Why are we so desensitized? Why do we not care? All of that.
Here's the other half of it. And we'll dovetail it and take it to a break. The other half of it is the government made sure that nobody was able to be comfortable at home except the people who could make their money from home, right?
Yeah.
So there's another half of America who's like, you know what? F it. I'm just going to go because I got to go to work.
Yeah.
And so if they're going to go to work and risk their life going to work, it's kind of like when you only have $5 left at the end of the month and people are like, oh, go start a business. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna go to McDonald's, right?
And go get me something to eat.
And I'm gonna enjoy myself. So there's a lot of people who have been forced to go back to work who are also like, you know what? If I'm going to go to work, I'm gonna go to the club and I'm gonna enjoy myself. My only request to those folks is put on a mask. That's all. Yeah. Just if you're gonna go out, please just put on a mask. Protect yourself, social distance yourself. You know what I mean? Like have your section with just you and people that you've been around. Like stop going there and like I said, throw your ass in a circle in your section. Don't go to the guy in the next section that you don't know where he came from to go do that. Don't go smoking nobody else's hookah. Don't accept, and we shouldn't be accepting drinks from strangers anyway. Oh my God. Why are you drinking at a bar? Do y'all know how dirty these bars are? Anyway, James, take us to a break because now I'm getting the heebie-jeebies. Y'all drinking at these bars still? I'm sorry. Like,
they going home with strangers still in this panoramic. It's too much.
And my wife want me to tell y'all about me and the alcohol spray. I'll do that when we come back.
What?
You don't wanna talk, you don't wanna bother. Yeah, so I took another
shout out to everybody that's in the chat room joining us, y'all. Make sure that y'all hit that like button.
I wanna be your friend, I want something real. Maybe if I stay the night, you could feel the same. And maybe
Amadi Media, can you prove that the mask doesn't do anything? How about you wear one, not wear one, and let's find out what happens.
How's it gonna be? You got me on my knees. I don't need no roses on my bed. If I could pull you closer to me, babe. Ain't nobody touch me like you can.
What up, Nabil?
I just need some closure, a little closure from you. Tear me apart when I know you don't fast and you wanna go slowly.
Ethan, how you doing, sir? Shout out to everybody that's in the chat room, y'all.
You feel I don't wanna be your friend. I want something real. Maybe if I stay the night, you could feel the same. And maybe if you treat me right, we could rearrange. But I'm not even gonna try if you don't wanna stay. So how's it gonna be? You got me on my knees. I don't need no roses on my bed. If I could pull you close.
Elements are afraid of bees. What's going on? Goku, I see you. Much love, y'all. Definitely, if you want to tip your DJ, you can hit me up at DJ X3C on Cash App and Venmo. DJ X3C on Cash App and Venmo, y'all. Check it out. Check it out.
Closer to me, babe. Ain't nobody touch me like you can. I just need some closure, a little closure from you.
Every time I close my eyes, I see your smile in the morning light. And girl, every time I hear that song that we used to call, it all comes back again.
Hey, Adrian, my name is James, aka DJ Exclusive, better known as Bubba.
Gonna take your love for granted, it's a possibility.
Kelly, we appreciate you so much for joining us.
Baby, we could try again. We could try again. Come back again. I don't wanna play no game. Maybe
I can't stand y'all. Your name is Bubbalicious.
Oh, I wish I realized we were in paradise. And now, every time I fall asleep, I dream
of what does sound like Thundercat.
I don't understand it. Somehow I didn't see it. It took me far too long to realize that I take your love for granted. It's a possibility. All that I have left on memory.
All right, that's a bop.
It is.
Bubbles. Yeah, as you see, I got some new stuff that I found the other day. So, you know, I'm like, let's play some new music.
Yeah, who is this?
This is... no, not Loco. This is Come Back Again by Dayon featuring Ed Mills. All right.
It's giving Bruno Mars-y type of vibe.
Somebody said Thundercat. I don't know if y'all ever heard of Thundercat before, but he's like a really dope artist. Yeah.
Oh no, then I haven't. I was gonna say somebody else.
Ooh.
Hey, that's a two-step right here.
That's my error right there.
That's a little two-step right. It made me want to do the FAMU shuffle right here. Hey.
The what?
We on the set on the Fridays. On the set Fridays, baby.
Frankie Beverly, a little bit of Frankie Beverly and Maze in that one too.
Right.
Oh man.
That's the FAMU shuffle song.
I mean, and honestly, I'm way too young to know as much Frankie Beverly as I do, but that takes me right there. That's a good place to be on a Friday.
Hey, they are in the chat room going crazy over this Bubbalicious, like all over the place.
Hashtag Bubbalicious.
Hashtag Bubbalicious.
Mama talking about he's a DJ, not a stripper. Mama,
was that your mom? I thought I saw that coming. That was your mom.
Shouts out to Mama.
Y'all put
Bubba.
some respect on that woman's son name. I love it. Oh man. So anyway, my wife, Rebecca, I'm gonna talk to you, but my wife wanted me to be sure that if we talk about COVID-19 and how extra I am, she wanted me to tell y'all that I have spray bottles of alcohol that wherever I go, anywhere, I'm spraying alcohol in front of me as I go. So there you go. That's how.
No, he is. He went to
that's how serious I'm taking it.
He had a whole clip of him going to
vote,
drop his ballot and spraying up the ballot box with I remember you had posted that. I was just like, this man, he is never getting out the house.
Listen, I mean, and it's been a whole year, so I got these whole new habits, a whole new routines. Like, I've never been such an outside person in my life. I think I've explored every woods, every lake, everything like, and then I sit outside most of the day and just, it's just a whole new life, man. So, I mean, I might be extra, but you know, it's not all bad having to stay home and not be out in the streets all day long.
Yeah, no, I get it. Like I'm one with, well, I've always been one with nature, but that's the only place like that really gives me the joy that I need. Cause when I do go out, cause look, we're supposed to be doing something else, but when I do go out, I feel weird. Like I'm Haitian. So when I go out to the Haitian parties, we dance close. We dance sensually. It's good. And I miss it. But I'm like, I can't. I'm sorry, because you might have COVID-19.
Remember back in the day, like I have to set this back in the day, circa like before 2009, 2010, when I met my wife and got married. So I'm setting this story back in 1999, 2000. Remember way back in the day, you used to be dancing with people and stuff, and then get real close and you could feel their breath on your neck and stuff, and you'd be like, oh, okay, this is gonna be a good one. Hell nah, no. Let me tell you something. If I could feel or see or smell your breath in the year of our Lord 2021, I don't know, we might have to fight. I'm sorry. Like when people be blowing hookah smoke and like, or be outside and people be smoking cigarettes and I smell the smoke from a cigarette, that means I'm smelling something that's been inside of somebody's lungs. Sorry.
No, seriously.
I'm hypochondriac like that. So
no, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
You're definitely right.
Anyway, let's get off this before I give the wrong date and timeline. Anyway, what you got, Rebecca?
So you guys know that most of us are people who work from home. So, well, maybe we should be. And if you're not, you need to ask. Hopefully, there's an option for you to be working from home. Right. But most of us are people who are working from home. We all know the stresses as we work from home. I need you guys to definitely watch this video because I know most of us are going to be able to relate. Let's take a look.
Yes, ma'am. Have a great day. Good morning. It's a great day at Cheers Lawn Service. My name is Sherry. How may I help you? Yes, ma'am. I'll be more than happy to assist you with that today.
That's how you're starting the day.
Yes, ma'am. As I previously stated, we're not able to waive any late fees right now.
Now, this is midday.
Yes, ma'am. We're only allowed to give out
this is towards
2
the
courtesy
end of the
late fees a year, and you have exceeded that amount. I do apologize. Ma'am. I done explained this several times, ma'am. Ma'am, if you continue to use that type of language, I will not be able to help you today. I will disconnect the phone call. Yes, ma'am. Have a great day.
It's funny because it's true.
You start off the day. Listen, you start off the day like this. You be like, good morning. Thank you for calling Rebecca Azor's house. How may I help you? How may I direct your call? And then, you could take a little curse out. Second, now you in midday. Now when you start the morning shift, you go through the whole day. So now you in the midday and it's like, hi, thank you for calling Rebecca Azor's house. How may I help you? They cussing you all kinds of, they be like, well, I feel like you guys did X, Y, and Z to me. And it's a whole, like all of that. Now we're at the end of the day. And it's like, ma'am, if you continue to talk to me like that, I will have to disconnect this call, ma'am. What you ain't gonna do. As I stated before, ma'am. It was the wig shifting. The wig shifting told the whole story.
It was the wine that she had at the end of the day. But the truth is like, I mean, I know some of y'all, I ain't gonna put on yet. We all been drinking early in the morning. Come on now. She said that in the afternoon because she didn't want to admit that she'd been pouring something at about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the morning. But it's okay. We're in the pandemic.
No, she literally probably had something to drink that morning, but it was like, a nice mimosa because she was feeling good. That's what you do. You try to get the energy together every morning. And we all do. Before we start that job, we try to get the energy together. Get a mimosa or drop a little something in your drink, in your tea, whatever. And then you start the morning like, hey, how are you? It's a great day. It's a great day to have a great day.
And then
all of a sudden, you done been through 5 people, got on your nerves. Now you're just like, have a good day, ma'am. At the end of it, it's like, ma'am, as I stated to you before, ma'am, you know what? Just disconnect the call. Sometimes I'm on the phone, right? And I do this. I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes I just need a break. I'll
Hey,
be on the phone.
listen. You know them people listening and watching you. So
that's fine. I'll be on the phone and the phone rings, and I'm just through. I had it. I done been cussed out 99 times, and I'll just sit there. Hello. Look, this is me looking at the phone. I done got up and warmed up my food, came back and sat down, looked at the phone. Hello. Is anybody there? Is anyone on the phone?
Rebecca Azor, stop. There are. We know that those people are watching you right now. Now, listen. What y'all gonna end up having to do is we're gonna have to do a special fundraiser for this woman after they watch this episode. Go ahead, Rebecca.
Those are my mental break moments because I done got cussed out by 4 people. I done put this lady on hold. I told her, like, ma'am, I cannot do it for you. She's telling me that I can. She's cussing me out. Now I get back on the phone and I'm just like, I'm not gonna say anything. She's just gonna have to disconnect because I don't have to deal with her. I'm not dealing with her.
And what she was talking about in that clip, like, it was funny, but she was talking about, well, ma'am, I'm sorry, we can only refund so many late fees a month, right? A year. I happen to know there's a bank out there that only refunds about 5 overdraft fees a year. So I think that's what she was kind of talking about. I think most people have had to get on the phone with their bank this year and be like, hey, can you help me with some of these overdraft fees? And then that lady we were just watching was one of the people on the other side of the line saying, no, as she pours her alcohol. So, I think these organizations, they need to put their bosses on these lines instead of these people at home just trying to survive the pandemic. They got working class people. I hate to do this. I'm sorry, y'all. I was trying to avoid making this about class, but you got poor people collecting money from poor people, and we're having to drink just to survive those phone calls.
Yeah. Oh, no, you said something. I'm sorry. Look, you said something real good, Ben. We have poor people collecting money from poor people. When I hear people, and I actually can, see their situation and their struggle, and they're calling me and they're asking for help.
Yep.
And I give them help, and I get in trouble because I gave them help. Yeah. Although they didn't give a key word. I found a solution because I know that the company has a solution that's open to them. And I knew that this person's business or them getting food today
matter of life and death
matters right now on this call, the way that I answer it and the way that I handle it. Yeah. So that's how I move. And I always get in trouble for it. But I don't regret it because if that was me on the other side of that line, and it has been me many times on the other side of that line, getting no's and I can't do it. But the fact of the matter is I can. They'll pull me to the side and say, did you not hear what the person said? It didn't seem like they really had an issue. They didn't say a key word. And I'm like, I literally can see their situation. They're breaking it down to me, sometimes through tears. Sometimes they're calling me from the hospital. One person called me from the hospital and said they had COVID-19 and this is the first payment missed. And I was not going to penalize them for that. They didn't know when they were going to come out of the hospital. Sent over documents and everything.
Regina Lowry in the chat room knows me so well because she just said, drop the keyword. Now, don't drop the keyword now. Drop the keyword after we get you out of there. And
we're going
to spread the keyword all over the internet. So then y'all know what to say when y'all call these corporations and y'all need some help. Because I've been on the phone with them. Listen. I ain't but yay months removed from being straight up poor working class, right? So I've been on the phone with all of them. Like, I know you can only get five overdraft fees refunded every year, but don't mean I ain't gonna stop calling and asking for them, right? And so there's a lot of people in this country who are just hanging, and this is why that $600 makes the difference. That $600 Dave Ramsey makes the difference because honestly, there's been times when $25 would have kept me out of the overdraft, right? And then once you get in it, I remember, I'll tell this brief story and we can move on with all the rest.
We got all the stories on this. It's Story Friday.
It's Story Friday. I remember long before, in a whole nother city, a whole nother life, I was a teacher and I couldn't for the life of me understand why is it that I'm always in the overdraft, right? Turns out there's this whole lawsuit that we got into with Bank of America because they arrange our purchases so that they could maximize our overdraft fees. Now, I went to a Bank of America branch down in Boynton Beach, Florida. Y'all can talk to the manager there because this is what the manager told me. The manager said, well, we have to charge you overdraft fees because we got to make money off you somehow.
Excuse me. See, you want me to start right there, Ben, but I can't.
Nope. I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna move on with this story. Here we go. I'm gonna help you save your A job.
Something just shot up in my bones right there. I was ready to start testifying, but I ain't gonna do it today.
I'm talking about my experience with that branch manager down in Boynton Beach over there off of on the beach side. Y'all go talk to that manager because that's the one who said to spill the beans that y'all charging these overdraft fees because you got to make money off of poor people somehow.
Ooh, all right, child, let's move on because it's getting to my spirit.
I want to talk about. Actually, I don't. Let's. James, you better play some music, man. Play some music real quick. They've been robbing poor people for too long, man. We gotta.
It's getting to me. I got a story and I'm gonna tell it soon.
Right, and the bad part about it, I knew about it too. It's like, yo, that's really sucks.
Yeah.
Right. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. Hey, make sure that y'all are hitting that like button, y'all. Make sure that you are hitting the like button. And on Monday, starting Monday, the VIP room will be open. So if you make sure that you join the Patreon account and get you in there, the VIP room will be open on Monday. Your chance to be on screen with us, to say hey, and all that other good stuff, right? So make sure that you're in.
Diamonds around the bezel. Tesla Model S and no, it's not a rental. Fresh like Wendy's lettuce, drip is so torrential. One flick of the wrist, make it feel elemental. I was always meant for greater things. Whatever I am, the creator is. I'm a wonder of the world, you should take a pic. This is a chance you may never get again. It was no accident. It was no mistake. I was born to be great, born to spit flame, born to acquire the fortune and fame. This was no mistake. This was no accident. As a prince, I was passionate. Life was an action flick, and now my castle extravagant. You see this crown? Yeah, they calling me king now. They calling me king now. But this what I've been about.
Hey, Patricia, I'm sorry that you're having a bad day, but hey, cheer up, smile. You're alive, you're here. Everything may not be going the way that you want it to go, but you left on this earth. Always remember that, okay?
Frozen sun.
But cheer up. Don't make sure I do what I can to make sure that you smile too, Patricia, all right?
I'm the chosen one. Just like James Bond with the golden gun.
Y'all make sure y'all show Patricia some love in the chat room, y'all. Cheer up, Patricia, come on.
And when I lay it down, they all get elated. And they never link, so there's never no babies. But when I make them, people gon' praise them. I want a little prince and a princess. The boy gonna be king next. Anybody trying to stop him, they can get their chin checked.
Shout out Cindy D. Find out the name of this track in a minute, y'all. Make sure I find it for y'all.
No mistake. I was born to be great, born to spit flame, born to acquire the fortune and fame. This was no mistake. This was no accident. As a prince, I was passionate. Life was an action flick, and now my castle extravagant. You see this crown? Yeah, they calling me king now. They calling me king now. But this what I've been about. You see this crown? They calling me king now. They calling me king now. Yeah, they call me king.
When I'm too drunk and I've had enough, I can't help but to call you once right. Don't wanna leave when the times get rough. Don't think about it, it's too late.
Patricia, I feel your pain. I've had 2 hip replacement surgeries, so pain is always there, especially in my back. But hey, praying for you and make sure that praying for your comfort, that's the main thing, all right, Patricia? We got you, all right?
You see, I notice all the things you do around love. And if my motive turn malicious, then that's foul love. Yeah, hold it down one time for the one. She don't play a second time, one and done. But I would kill 2 times for y'all, do right for y'all. When I'm too drunk and I've had enough, I can't help but to call you once around. Don't wanna leave when the times get rough.
This song is All I Want. It's all I want. I appreciate the love, y'all.
Softly, even though you might be far, you know you got me. I can look at you and notice.
I forgot I can't see y'all on screen.
We're back. Welcome back, everybody.
Right.
Hey,
Welcome
man,
back.
I really do. You're finding some good stuff, man.
He is.
This is nice. This is good.
Look, we don't know how to be because we can't see each other.
We're flying with radar. That's fine. We don't have to see each other.
We're flying with the vibe.
In my ear.
Feel the energy, the good energy.
Good energy.
When y'all
and
see me
vibes.
leaning in like this, I'm listening, okay? I'm listening. Oh, y'all
we
can't see what I'm doing. That's right.
So speaking of good energy, though, we can definitely have a good moment right now because I know that we were so invested in the Gorilla Glue girls here. At least I was invested, and I was definitely breaking it down for y'all like every show. But we have a praise report. The follicles have now been loosened. Hey, that's enough to shout right there. The follicles.
Come on, somebody.
Wait.
Loosened.
Woman, thou hair is loosed. There you go.
Come on.
Woman, thou hair is loosed.
Woman, thou hair is loosed. All right. So I really, I think this is such a good story. Dr. Michael K. Obeng, a Beverly Hills plastic surgeon, successfully removed the Gorilla Glue from Tessica Brown's hair, and he did it for free. On Thursday morning, the video circulated of the 3-hour-long procedure, resulting in Brown's hair being completely freed of the glue. Let's take a look at Tessica, the Gorilla Glue girl, waking up from surgery and feeling her freed follicles.
It looks great.
No, yeah, I really didn't think it was going to
Yes, massage scalp.
Incredible.
Get in there.
Now I wish I'd have waited for my little sister to cut my ponytail off.
Right.
You were in pain though, you had to. But I mean...
She more worried about that ponytail being cut off.
Yeah, but not for 6 weeks. You didn't have to start from 0 at least.
Massage the scalp.
How do you feel now that this whole ordeal is basically over?
Over.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean, it's emotional experience. She had her hair stuck like this for like a month. Nobody can help. She went to the hospital. They sent her back home with just like little alcohol pads. And it was a black man that had to say, bring her on over here. Bring her on over here. I got it.
He created his own solution, basically,
He
right?
created his own.
Yes, he did. He broke down the chemical bond in that. Yep.
Right. So he did some kind of adhesive remover mixed with aloe vera and something else, and he managed to do it without taking her scalp off. Like most people thought she was going to lose all of her hair.
Yeah, but she came out with something. Just sis, be free, go natural, let it be. So, regarding the recovery, Dr. Obeng had this to say. After this, we need to monitor what product she uses on her hair, but she's gonna have a 100% recovery. Let's take a look at what else he had to say.
When I first heard of it, initially I thought it was a joke, but my office said, "Hey, Can you remove Gorilla Glue from somebody's scalp?" I said, "Of course." And I walk off. I brushed it off, and the next thing you know, they were asking questions. I looked up the compound. Okay, the main active ingredient, Gorilla Glue, polyurethane, and we figure out the science, how to break it down. So I then decided, I now want to reinvent the wheel. So we bought chemicals that has components to dissolve with solvent. It's a medical grade adhesive remover that we use in the operating room. The company was very generous to us. They brought me some. They even saw me mix it up today when they were here. And then the active ingredient, I have another ingredient called MGD. I add an MGD to it, okay, which is aloe vera and olive oil mixture.
Aloe vera.
Okay. And then we add a little acetone. Right. Acetone. Unfortunately, I don't know why Gorilla Glue doesn't have a solution to it. And actually, I did make a phone call to Gorilla Glue.
Yes,
they were nice enough to return my call, but I never talked to them.
Right. He called. Let's stop it right there. Let's stop it right there. But he definitely said, I don't understand why they didn't have Gorilla Glue didn't have a solution for it. Right. So I definitely called them. But it is her fault for putting it in her hair. But he was like, I don't understand why y'all didn't have a solution. Make your coins, sir, Dr. O'Bain. I love me, African man. Make your coins. It was this man, this African angel.
I knew it was coming. I was getting ready to say she loves her African angels. I knew it was.
It was this African angel who decided to step in when the people at that damn hospital tried to just pass an alcohol wipe on her, send her home and tell her to do that daily. And it did nothing. It was this man who literally said, let me go ahead and hook this girl up because this is terrible. This is terrible. And he gave her a beautiful Valentine's gift. Come on, African angel. He gave her a beautiful Valentine's gift and he freed the follicles. And, and it was, and to me, I mean, we always say black, it's a black woman did that, and a lot of times, a lot of y'all think that when I say a black woman did that, I'm negating what black men do. No, black men be doing things all the time. Like in this moment, shine on, black man, shine on. Thank you.
Especially because Rebecca pushing it extra hard because he's an African angel. But listen, somebody said in the chat room that Paula White's prayers didn't work for Donald Trump, but African angel came over here and helped that sister's hair out. So
no, Paula White prayed for African angels. African angels are not summoned by white folks who are racist. They came down. Them African angels came down and did what they were supposed to do. I don't think she was supposed to be summoning the African angels. You can't be summoning African angels to come do the work of Satan and the rest of y'all racists. It don't work like that. They came down and they was like, oh, is this lady calling us down? Well, we're definitely we're coming down, but we're going to come and be on the side of our people for sure.
See, on the Sunday episode, I tell y'all about how the angels got held up for Daniel and then they had to come back later on. And see, the angels weren't going to do nothing for Donald Trump. But shout out to this doctor. How do you pronounce his last name? Because I can't
O'Bain.
O'Bain. Shout out to Dr. O'Bain coming out here and
Rebecca, you're terrible.
Sister.
I know. You see me? O'Bain.
Okay, here's some other. I know you are. Y'all gonna be I don't know if I should laugh at this story or just be completely. I'm not sure. There's a man who attempted to kill his boss. Shout out to workers across the world.
What? Not shout out to the murderers.
I said to the workers. I said shout out to workers of the world. Anyway, a man attempted to kill his boss with saliva that he purchased from a COVID-19 patient. Now, in Turkey, a criminal complaint was filed by a car dealership owner who alleged that one of his employees tried to. First of all, it's a car dealership owner. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm not going to handle this story well. But one of his employees tried to kill him by spiking his drink with saliva obtained from a COVID-19 patient. That's next level. I'm not sure what to do with that, except for never mind. I can't say anything about this.
This is just terrible. You're lining this up so terribly.
So bad. So bad.
Wait. The man didn't die, did he? He
didn't die.
He did?
No, he didn't. They caught him. Like the other coworkers snitched on him and said,
that's why you got to. That's why you got to treat your employees right. You can't be an asshole to people in the real world. So the boss is complaining.
So you got to attempt to kill them with COVID-19.
I said solidarity with workers. I said solidarity with workers around the world. You know what I mean?
Ben does not like those spaces where like bosses are disrespectful. I feel like you went through a time where you wanted to put your hands on somebody. So this story is like, man, what did he do to the worker?
I'm gonna be honest with you. That's all I want to know. What did this man do so bad that will make one of his workers go and purchase COVID-19 saliva? Like he put his own life at risk. Like he's exposed to it. Like that manager had to do something, y'all. I'm sorry.
I don't think I should be laughing at this story though. I think it was supposed to be vice versa.
His money from him
we were
or
supposed
something?
to be like,
okay, let me.
People are out here in the world, really out here purchasing COVID-19 saliva to kill people. I think we should be focused on that part of it.
Can I play devil's advocate though? And somebody said in the chat room, I'm like, it was actually a genius idea. I was like, so smart, man. Like, it's terrible. Don't get me wrong.
Oh my god!
But dang,
Okay. Let's be responsible. Okay, so if you infect one person, it's possibly going to infect a whole like dozen 1,200 other people, right? So to that end, this is a horrible thing. Okay, I got to put that on the record. But y'all better start treating y'all employees like human beings, man. Like y'all can't be out here just doing anything to people and expect them to just put up with it forever. Eventually people gonna snap. I'm sorry. I don't always I do. I usually always take the side of the worker in labor disputes. And I know this is not a labor dispute, but something tells me there's a labor dispute underneath here somewhere. So forgive me, y'all, for being so
like I said, I think the manager stole the guy's money or something along those lines to pay off some other debts from gambling. So
you see, this is a little messy, and you went to go get you decided to gamble with the man, but you decide to go and this is some Lifetime movie kind of murder mystery.
CSI. This is like NCIS.
Yes.
NCIS. This is what it is.
This is what it could have turned into, you know.
Sorry. Am I bad for like instantly taking the side of?
Yes, you are. I'll say you are, but that's just me. And you have me over here kikiing on a man that could have died after he decided to go gamble with that man and waste his money and be mad because he ain't had he stole the money. You know what you're dealing with when you're dealing with gamblers. You decide to put your hand in that and you mad because you ain't get your money. And now you went to go do something extreme like purchasing saliva, probably which cost you the same amount of the money you lost to go purchase saliva from a COVID-19 patient and try to kill somebody. Now you got a murder charge. What?
No, attempted murder. Attempted murder charge. If the man had died, I would feel bad because, I value all sentient life, right? But he didn't die. The idea was pretty terrible, right? Because he could spread COVID-19. But I still bosses and managers, I've just seen too many of them do too many things for me to ever I don't naturally just fall on the side of in a labor dispute. I'm on the side of the work.
So let me read a quote from the article. It says the good old feud over money. Ervindi stated that on the morning of the incident, the accused was supposed to take the 215,000 Turkish lira to the office, obtained from a successful car dealership. Instead of doing that, the 3-year employee of Mr. Unverdi, I hope I'm saying that right because it's spelled two different ways in here, stole the money. He gave an excuse that he needed to repay a loan shark when the owner reached him on his mobile the next day after several calls. So he was basically like, run me my money. But to just there are other ways to, maybe you could have
don't do it, COVID.
Maybe you could, it was something that you could have done and not attempted to kill that man. Ben.
Treat your employees good. That's all I'm going to say. I ain't going to say nothing else. And of course, I'm talking to me because that's why I work so hard to make sure I treat everybody who works with us well. That said, what else we got in the take? What else we got before I get into
so what I know
talk about workers of the world. Y'all know what time it is. Go ahead. I
wanted to actually touch on Mayor, and I hope you guys can, while I talk about this, gear it up. But Mayor LaToya Cantrell, she was out there talking about the policies that she's going to put in place for the Mardi Gras this year. And basically she is going to be shutting everything down, starting tomorrow through Mardi Gras, the restrictions and things like that to prevent the spread of COVID-19. So, but while she was talking about it, I want you guys to see how sometimes it's just people, it's just in us. We are just so black, and I love that we just so damn black. Do we got the video?
What is happening in the city of New Orleans is just a little bit different. All right now? So it's just a little bit different. What is happening in the city of New Orleans is just a little bit different. All right now? So it's just a little bit different.
One more time. One more time.
What is happening in the city of New Orleans is just a little bit different. All right now? So it's just a little bit different.
Yes, and we need to.
Like, I know that it was such a quick clip, but I need you guys to understand
There's so much soul in that right there.
There's so much soul in it, but there's so much community in it. Just somebody driving down the street, you saying something that like probably the people may not even like, but you know when a representative of your community actually is a part of the community.
Yes.
Actually goes and connects with the community. When somebody is driving by, calling your name out, and you stop to acknowledge them. That is I loved it. I loved it so much.
I missed the interpreter, apparently, because we're flying a little blind here. But
the interpreter was going in too. She stopped too.
And the interpreter interpreted the all right now. He interpreted that whole moment.
I love it.
Play it again. No, play it one more time.
Because I got to see the interpreter.
What is happening in the city of New Orleans is just a little bit different. All right now? So it's just a little bit different. What is happening in the city of New Orleans is just a little bit different.
Sorry, I'm watching the replay live with you.
It's just a little bit different.
Oh man.
Me too. Look,
hey, sis.
It's a woman. Sorry, the interpreter was a woman.
The interpreter was like, all right, okay. I love that.
Just beautiful. I love beautiful moments that just where we can be ourselves, still be in these positions, and have community. And that is everything for me.
If anybody is ever on the phone with me after, like, let's say, after the show, like, so, part of my vocal problems was that I do like 8 hours of calls talking to different partners, trying to set things up. And any one of them could tell you, if I'm walking in my neighborhood, somebody ride by me and say, what up? I'm saying, hey, what up, man? Like, it's just part of real life. And that mayor was like, New Orleans is just a little bit different. And she showed up, showed you why. All right, now.
Yeah. I love
New Orleans,
that's
bro.
the code.
Oh my gosh, I love New Orleans.
By and the dude and somebody nod at you, it don't matter if you know him or not. You gonna nod back.
Exactly. You gotta nod back. You gotta nod back. You better nod back.
For the culture that we do, like like if a woman is staring me down, I know she likes something I got on, and she's gonna be like, "Yes, blouse, I feel it. I love it. I see you."
You gotta nod. You gotta nod. You gotta at least just do the head, because if you don't, and then you gotta know what cities not to do that in. Okay, first of all, if you're in the South,
blocks?
Nod. If you're in the South, just nod. You can speak. Hey, how you doing? If you're in the North, just walk. Just walk. I learned that real fast in Boston. Like when I moved to Boston from Florida. So in Florida, in the South, we speak to everybody. Hey, how you doing? Got to Boston. The first person I spoke to looked at me like they wanted to kill me. I said, oh, okay, that's where we are. All right. So I never spoke to anybody in Boston ever again. So there you go. You got to know what city you're in.
I definitely know the difference. When I, I'm from South Florida. Everybody knows everybody some kind of way. We all might be family, and it's a little Caribbean over there for us. So me moving to New York, different kind of Caribbean town. They had it there. Brooklyn was where I lived, Caribbean town. But you can't just be walking on anybody's block. I'm over here. The day I landed in New York, I got off the plane, had my little high heels on and my little luggage, just one luggage, and I was like, New York. Wow, if I can make it here, I can make it anywhere.
And they told you to shut the hell up, huh?
I tried to say hi to somebody. They're just like looking at me like, I'm like, do you know where this train is? And they did not want to assist. They didn't want to help. It was just the worst. The worst.
What I tried, whenever I'm in New York, my goal is like to blend in, right? Because you could always tell somebody who ain't from somewhere because they're looking for help, they're looking for, directions. Nah, you just got to look upset, walk really fast, keep your head down if you need to, keep your head straight ahead if you kind of get through the crowd and just move. And so that's what I look for. It's like, so anyway, what else we got in the tank? We got 15 minutes here, and it's Friday, and I'm enjoying. This is good company.
So look, let me make a disclaimer. So don't be in the comments talking about something. Rebecca ain't bringing the news. Benjamin Dixon right now is telling you he don't want no news. Oh, we ain't gonna have no news. Let's be. we're gonna make it free Friday. It wasn't me. It wasn't
we could talk about Kyle Rittenhouse in the story with him. We can, but you already know what's going on with that dude, right? We could talk about all these other. Oh, the Mandalorian though. I don't think I mind. We could probably talk about
the
that
actor from The Mandalorian. Did you watch that series?
No, I haven't watched it. Everybody says I need to.
I have. Oh my gosh, it's freaking amazing.
So what happened?
Especially if you love Star Wars.
Yeah, I do love Star Wars. I do.
Gotta take this call, guys. I apologize.
Oh, you actually have to take. All right, so
it's a work, man. It's a work.
No, I think they watching.
They watching.
They heard.
We knew they was
comments
watching
from earlier in the show, and they was like, "Nah, we're gonna put an end to this right now."
Oh no,
Lord! Oh Lord!
I need y'all to drop super chats right now for Rebecca. We're gonna need it.
Rebecca, hold on. She talking to the friend. Hey, turn her microphone. No, don't do that. I'm joking. Okay.
Man, don't do that.
No, I'm joking. I would not do that to her. That said,
right.
Okay, let me pretend like I actually care about the news. Actually, no, this is a story I actually do care about, and I don't know if we have the graphics. We meant to cover it yesterday. Dad of the Year, Robert Carter, is a single father who spent years separated from his own brothers and his own sisters in the Cincinnati foster home care system, and he decided to adopt all 5 children from the same family so that they would not be separated. Carter told Fox 19, he said, "My mom had 9 kids. And I didn't see my youngest brother again until he was 16. And so for me, going through that, he said, I knew how important it was then for them to see each other and to be around each other. When I had my boys before I got the girls, all they talked about was their sisters. And so Mariana, Michaela, Robert, Giovanni, and Keontae will now all be able to grow up in the same household because of this guy. So y'all send up some love in the chat rooms for Robert Carter.
Real.
Doing an amazing thing, because being able to grow up with your family, even if you're in a foster system, is probably one of the biggest and the greatest gifts that he could have given those children. So I wish them all well and salute that brother. That was a good story that I wanted to talk about. The only thing left on my list here is again this man attempting to kill his boss with saliva he bought from a COVID-19 patient. So James, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and call it. Somebody said, "Isn't that terrorism?" I agree. It is a form of terrorism. It was COVID-19.
Yeah.
I don't have anything I can say. I can't really say anything else about that under the grounds that it may incriminate me. James, take the people. And listen, Monday, our VIP section is going to be open. If you want to be a part of the VIP section, that's where you get to dance with us behind the scenes.
Yes, sir.
Behind the scenes and on the screen. If you want to be a part of that, send a message over to our producer. You already know. If you know, you already know. We're not going to put the name of the email out there again, but if you already know the email address, email our producer. If you are a patron of the Benjamin Dixon Show, or if you're a subscriber on Twitch, you will have access to the VIP room. We want to show the world, the community, having a blast as we cover these news stories and as we take them from the angle that we choose to take them, which is we're going to laugh our way through all of the pain that America tries to give us, but we're going to make it through together. James, it's in your hand, man.
I appreciate it, Ben. Shout out to Rebecca. Rebecca, if you can hear us, we love you. We appreciate all the love, y'all. We greatly appreciate y'all. Make sure that y'all are hitting that like button. I'm going to take y'all out of here. Probably take y'all till 10:30 this morning. Happy Friday.
It was just a misunderstanding. You waited in the rain for hours, and I couldn't say the right things. No, I checked your number twice, then I went home. But I wanna let you know that, yeah, everything about you makes me smile. I wanna be your best friend.
Shout out Tony H. I appreciate the love, sir.
I wanna be around you all the time. You don't understand, you don't need to worry. I meant everything I said, you don't have to search no more. Love is all around, so baby, what's your hurry? You don't have to prove us to anyone. You don't need to worry. Go down, now,
song is by House of Saying. It's called Cool Down Now.
And I want you to meet my parents.
Adrian Benefield, no worries, it's okay. Dwayne is our producer in our ear all the time, so it's all right. I knew what you were talking about. Latif, I appreciate that super chat, and Adrian, I appreciate your super chat too, sir.
I built up. Now I wanna let you know that everything about you makes me smile. I wanna be your best friend, your best friend.
Izzy Sanchez, thank you, I appreciate it.
Around you all the time. You don't understand, you don't need to worry. I meant everything I said, you don't have to search no more.
Mara, I know that's right. I had fun when I went to NYC. I was up in Queens, I think it was. So I gotta come back and visit though. I always want to.
You don't need to worry. Hold on now, stubborn. Hold on now, honey. Hold on now, baby. Hold on, stubborn, give it love. Hold on now, stubborn. Hold on now, honey. Hold on now, baby. Hold on, stubborn, give it love.
Peace is a verb. We appreciate you.
Told you so extra, but I know I'm the same. Love me in spite of my trauma. Give me what I need instead of the drama. Cause when it pop off, it's like
right, Susan, Bubba is much easier to type. Trust me, I know.
It's so hard on the flip side. So tell me, will we on a date, babe? I could keep that same energy. When you go low, I go low too. But you'd rather stay high, I know you. Can we stay high, babe? I'd rather be on that way. Trying to control our emotions. If we on the right side of passion, we could share.
I appreciate that, Jared. It makes you feel so much better to move when you're moving around and everything. It changes the whole attitude of the mood.
Do it all night. We could go all night, all night. Do we heal, do we bleed? I'ma follow your lead, but we could go all night. Now all of my calls go to voicemail.
Mark, I appreciate that.
Like you so
Nick, this is King Sis, and it's called We Could Go.
Separate ways ain't gon' end well, no. But when we get back, it's like, oh my, all bad all day, but the nights I get that good, good till we act right. So tell me, will we on a date, babe? I could keep that same energy. When you go low, I go low too. But you'd rather stay high, I know you. Can we stay high, babe? I'd rather be on that way.
JH, we appreciate the super chat, sir.
If we on the right side of passion, we could share love in the ocean. But if you wanna go insane either way, baby, we could go on.
Lisa Noel, you're quite welcome.
We could go all night, all night.
And thank you for that.
Heal, do we bleed? I'ma follow your lead. We could go on.
I've been calm, cool, collected, but you pushing on my nerves. And knowing your intention, I'm under pressure. Okay, I'm admitting that a couple things I said got acidic in the tone and the presence I get careless. Long as you know I come with imperfections. When you look at me, you see the soul through my flesh. You something special. Know you looking bomb, the way you dress it, gone flex it, hold it still and let my mind digest. You got the leverage, you got the upper handle on the situation. You worthy of a million more of the storms that we weather. We fight retreating this, but you trying to kill the cycle. When nobody stressing that body like me, I know the way you like it. I treat you like a queen, run the castle, you a treasure. Feel like you setting fire to my desire for the pleasure. You a gem, got me blended, make amends when you can about it.
You can't defuse a bomb with the baseball bat. Tit for tat, tit for tat. Conflict resolution doesn't look like that. Tit for tat, tit for tat. What's going on? Why you acting like that? Tit for tat, tit for tat. All the little babies playing tit for tat. Tit for tat, tit for tat. Can't even catch a gnat with the baseball bat. Tit for tat, tit for tat. Conflict resolution doesn't look like that.
Woo! Some case law, neuro research, man, pieces of herb, that's a lot.
All the little babies playing tit for tat, tit for tat. yo. Historical fact, bro. It's how the caveman got his skull cracked. Couldn't compromise, didn't know how to act, so just started swinging his caveman axe. Let's not return to that Stone Age crap. Grown ass men don't act like that. Hey, hey, ho, ho, ho. Cliches and tropes have got to go. We don't need another white muscle bound hero. Not saying
Nick, we appreciate that super sad love. Thank you so much.
So, not much for the mind, even less for the soul. And if I had my hand on that remote control, I'm gonna switch that channel with the quickness, yo. Real communication's all about the flow. De-escalating, not calling the blows. Take for that, take for that. Can't defuse a bomb with a baseball bat. Take for that, take for that. Conflict resolution doesn't look like that. Take for that, take for that. Man, what's going on? Why you acting like that? Take for that, yeah. All the little babies playing football. Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, I appreciate that, Jared. Thank you for that, sir. I think I'm relocating to the other room soon, so y'all make sure y'all stay tuned for that. It's a work in progress, is what I say. Now, I appreciate that. Love you too.
Pull up to the club looking fresh always. Ladies tryna cop my style, no way. Gonna keep riding like it's my damn day. I'ma do right, I'ma do it my way. I got the swag, I got the bills, I got the thoughts online, and look to kill.
Pull up to the crib and it's fresh always. Bitches trying to steal my shit, no way. Holding down the floor cause I'm here to say ain't no one mess with me on bitch, they ain't getting paid. I got that swag, I got the bills, I got the thoughts online, and look to kill.
I got the money, I got the ice on me, I got that good, come get this honey.
Nah, hey, we do.
Honey, I got the ice on me, I got that good, come get this honey.
Nat A and Nat M. Shout out to both of y'all.
Yeah, come get it. Come get this honey, yeah. Come get it.
Better know. I said let them know that we won't go, nah. No, we ain't going home. We got the spiral.
You thought it's a typo. Taking a gamble, I know. I'm flying away in spiral. They heard of me in no bio. I'm fire for real, that spiral. Just look at these wings in spiral. I'm flying away in spiral. Fire for real, just look at the time we on. Do better with having a pick. I did not have nobody in the industry. I had to package and hustle and flip. I had to wait for a lane. My niggas just told me that lane.
Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure that you comment, share, and subscribe.
Spiral. You acting like Michael Shapiro. Different colors like Pico de Gallo. Been running this clique like a Mayo. Why I feel like I'm one of the hardest. T-Tap ain't no regular artist. I don't walk in no regular parties. They just figured the name Martian. Boy, we started this shit from an auction. Boy, we look like we running an option. Anybody can score and we poppin'. Post none of this gold, I be copping. Do numbers and style to crossfire. But you chasing a hustle like Quagmire. I take some money, want dead guys. Then I get up in the air now like flying away in spiral. You would've thought it's a typo. Taking a gamble, I know. I'm flying away in spiral. They heard of me in no bio. I'm fire for real, that spiral. Just look at these wings in spiral. I'm flying away in spiral. Every time I drop, say it's a fire in the sky. It's like a spare bomb, everybody put a hand in the sky. I don't wanna see ANC, but I gotta take this chance to die. I don't want advances, art, I'll write about mansions. Insomniac, hoodie and sandals. Boys ain't taking no gambles. I got the city in shambles. I just developed a standard. Me and Kane make Dragon and Panda. I wrote this hook in Atlanta. Young Iverson, boy, I'm the answer. Might do a record with Sanford. Just look at me paint my stanza. Have you boy all in my hand. Trace how much you pay for the sample. I can give you a 12 grand. If I want you rap, you can cancel. I've been on my back for I've been better from go with the game.
Every single instrumental. And all these big boys with the breaking. Do what you gotta do to get it shaking. And they all raising their eyes, captivated. Cause the moves we putting on them is amazing. Look at my fancy footwork. 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 watch it, I'm risen. You get it, it's physics. Forget it, it's business. You minion, I cut the rib in the city. I got the key and admission to every hidden building with all the griffins. Where are the documents written? Where are my proper villains? Where are my peeps in prison? See it so clear, my mission. 20 on 20 vision. I always see you hidden. Watch as your body stiffen. Watch as your heart be quicken. Just call me the rogue mortician. Look at my fancy feet work. 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 Look at my fancy feet work.
Never get away, I feel. You don't know if my love is real. Baby, listen to me, here's the deal. When you're not here, I'm not the same. I'm needing every chapter, babe. Been stuck here in a bed for days. I've been staring at the telephone, 'cause when you're gone, I miss your face. 8 o'clock, body talk. There's no need to bring it
All right, y'all.
Nothing you say makes it better.
Close y'all out with some more house music.
Breaking ball, tear apart. Issues left behind, restart. Nothing you say makes it better.
Had to do it for the ladies.
Hey, bring it right back to me, baby. No, we've
Yo,
been
this is
here
hot.
before. Give me the real this time. No cap, no lies. It's our own court.
All right, y'all, that's gonna do it for your boy James Bubba Williams, better known as DJ Exclusive. Don't worry, I'll be right back here on Monday, same bat time, same bat channel, with this big ass smile of mine, these big ass cheeks, all of that, big ass teeth. Hey man, I love you guys so much. Thank you all for your support, your words of encouragement, all of that, man. You guys, because of you, we make this happen, y'all. So we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Enjoy your weekend. Happy Friday. Take care of yourselves. Double mask up. And if you somewhere where this winter storm is coming, be safe, please, always, y'all. Love y'all. See y'all Monday morning. Mwah. Deuces.